I'm not that worried about the state tax. I think the idea of getting the money into Roth is good. You don't necessarily need to get it all in, though.
We got Ronnie Burgundy writes in from Washington. He goes, "Hey, Joe, Big Al, Andy, love the show. I enjoy an old-fashioned with a nice steak."
Sounds very Ron Burgundy-esque.
Yeah, a little Busch latte on a Friday night and a little Pacifico on the golf course. I would flip those.
Would you?
Yeah. I have the Busch Light on the golf course and then the Pacifico on a little Friday night.
Got it. Okay.
So
That's your preference.
I think so. Yeah. Pacifico probably can only handle a couple on a golf course. You might go through a couple more. So Busch Light will just kind of.
I think they're pretty similar
Okay.
to me.
Now to the question. My wife and I make $180,000 a year combined. 32, yo. We are moving to Washington from Oregon. We just recently started maxing out our 401ks, IRAs, and HSAs, and currently going completely Roth.
Okay.
Little behind on retirement overall, 200K portfolio, 75 traditional, 25 Roth. I was hoping to get your thoughts on how much we should be allocating towards Roth after we move to Oregon. I know every situation is a little bit different. Just looking for a little spitball here on a high income state in the effects of Roth versus traditional. Thanks. What do you got there, Big Al?
Great question.
He's going all Roth. He's got $180,000 combined. He's going from Washington to Oregon.
Yeah. So Washington is a tax-free income tax-free state. There's plenty of taxes, just not income tax. Oregon has a tax. It's on the high side, not as high as California that we're in, but Oregon is still relatively high. So then the question is, should I wait? Should I still do the conversions when I'm in Oregon? Because now I have to pay state tax.
Or go all Roth in his contributions.
Yeah, exactly. And the answer, the way I think about it anyway, is it depends how long you're going to be living in the state. Like let's say you're going to live, and maybe you probably don't know at age 32 where you're going to live, but I'll do it another way. Let's say you're in Oregon right now and planning to move to Washington, and you're near retirement and you're several years away from required minimum distribution. You might wait to do your big conversions until you move to Washington, as long as you have enough time to get it done. Now at age 32, I'm not that worried about the state tax. I think the idea of getting the money into Roth is good. You don't necessarily need to get it all in, though. But if you could get a lot of it or even most of it at that age and have all that tax-free growth, I personally wouldn't worry too much about the Oregon tax.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure where you're going with that, bud.
Me neither.
Honest. You were like, well, yeah, let's just assume that you're 70 and you're not living in Washington and moving to Oregon. It's vice versa.
All right.
And let's just pretend that
dude.
you have $1 million. And all these hypotheticals that have nothing to do with our boy Ron.
But we more than Ron is listening to the show, so I'm giving more color here.
So Ron, let me answer someone else's question,
and then I'll get to you.
Then we'll get to yours. Oh my God. I was like, oh, where's he going with this one? Ron, 32 years old. You're already going to go all Roth. You're a little bit behind on the savings. You think 200,000 at 32? That's pretty good.
Yeah,
you got 25% Roth, 75. Yeah. I would go 100% Roth. Don't worry about the tax. You're not going to miss it. That's my spitball for you.
Okay.
So
I did a bigger spitball than you.
yeah. Well, let's just pretend you're 70. I know you're 32. Let's just go in the future.
Are you prepared for retirement? Schedule a free financial assessment with an experienced financial professional right online at purefinancial.com.